Monday, September 11th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including new charges for the Darien man accused of selling minors alcohol and drugs. Frank will have your forecast and later some FCAC football highlights. Donald Lang also joins us with a look back on this day in history. But first, for the third time in as many months, Darien resident Mark Yarish has been arrested for risk of injury to a minor. On Friday, September 8th, after being located at Mohegan Sun Casino, Yarish was arrested for 6 counts of risk of injury and 1 count of second-degree reckless endangerment. Now, for the past several months, Darien police conducted a complex investigation regarding illicit activity involving Yarish. They say Yarish was arrested twice previously on July 24th and on September 1st as developments in the case were made. Now, as the investigation continued, some evidence was discovered, police say, indicating that Yarish sold marijuana, alcohol, and an assortment of tobacco products to Darien residents as young as 12 years old. Now, information developed showed that Yarish was conducting these transactions on an almost daily basis, dating back to December of 2016. Now, these transactions were conducted via text messages and phone calls, followed by Yarish delivering the products to the juveniles at a substantial markup over cost. Now, on Friday, detectives secured a 3rd arrest warrant for Yarish and located him at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville. Detectives contacted the Mohegan Tribal Police Department and informed them of Yarish's active arrest warrant. Well, at about 2:30 in the afternoon, Darien police were informed that Yarish had been located. Detectives then responded and took custody of him, and he was transported back to Darien, where he was arrested. Now, the Department of Children and Families continues to be part of the investigation and has been working with police to ensure the safety of all the involved juveniles. And in other news, several F-15E military fighter jets flew over the region Sunday afternoon in formation and then individually, raising some concerns. Well, Hearst, Connecticut media reports that the flyover was for the U.S. Open in Queens, that according to the New York City Office of Emergency Management. Well, in Norwalk, local officials didn't know why the jets were flying over, as it was too late for the September 11th Connecticut United ride, and it wasn't arranged for the Oyster Festival, which was also happening. Well, the jets, which were very loud, passed over Norwalk several times in the span of an hour. Residents of other towns and cities also saw and heard those jets as well, including in Fairfield and in Trumbull. And in other news, Shelton police arrested a substitute teacher after she was found trespassing on the city's high school and Board of Education properties. On Thursday, September 7th, Shelton police responded to the city's high school where an unwanted person was on the property and was identified by school officials as substitute teacher 41-year-old Nichelle Smith of Naugatuck. Well, Smith left the property without any confrontation and was advised not to return to any Shelton school properties, including the Board of Education building, or she would be arrested for criminal trespassing. Well, approximately 30 minutes later, Shelton police were dispatched to Long Hill Avenue, the Shelton Board of Education offices, on a report that Smith was on the property. Police arrived to the scene, located Smith, and she was arrested. HAN's Shelton Herald contacted headmaster at Shelton High School, Dr. Beth Smith, who declined to release any information about the reason for the removal of that substitute teacher from school grounds. And 3 people were seriously injured Sunday morning in a car crash on Interstate 95 southbound in Stamford. A Stamford man was driving in the right lane between exits 9 and 8 around 1 in the morning Sunday when he drifted into the right shoulder and hit the metal guardrail multiple times, that according to state police. Well, the car then climbed up over the guardrail and hit a tree. That driver, 27-year-old Joseph Anthony Cavallari, and passengers, 28-year-old Meredith Rouse, 27-year-old Adam Godlewski, all from Stamford, were seriously injured and sent to Stamford Hospital, according to police. And today, ceremonies honoring those who died in the September 11th attacks are being held throughout the state, and flags are flying at half-staff. Well, many towns are holding 9/11 observances this morning on the 16th anniversary of the terrorist attacks. Connecticut's official ceremony was held last week at Sherwood Island State Park. Sherwood Island has become Connecticut's official memorial to 9/11 victims. But if you're unable to attend a memorial during the day, the town of Ridgefield's Remembrance Ceremony will be held this evening at 6:30 p.m. The ceremony is held at the town's memorial, which is a sculpture with a beam of twisted steel from the World Trade Center as its centerpiece. It's located in front of the Ridgefield Recreation Center, but you can get more details on that at theridgefieldpress.com. In other news, After 71 years of business in Ridgefield, the future of the Stonehenge Inn and Restaurant is uncertain. Jean-Pierre Rudaz, Stonehenge's general manager, told the Ridgefield Press last week that the inn is open on a very limited basis and that cooking in the restaurant ceased entirely on June 30th. Well, despite Stonehenge's website being down, Rudaz said that he books a handful of rooms at a reduced rate, quote, just to keep the lights on. Well, the property's most recent owner, Drew Friedman of Westport, died in February 2016. Friedman, who also owned the Cobb's Mill Inn in Weston and Onion Alley in Westport, had purchased Stonehenge in 2015. Cobb's Mill Inn has closed since his death. Rudaz estimates the inn costs about $14,000 per month to maintain in its current state. Additionally, the property has been tied up in probate court as the estate of its late owner is being settled. Rudaz told the press that he believes that property has finally left probate court and can now be sold, but there's a lot more on that story at theridgefieldpress.com. And a piece of carrot cake led to the arrest of a Bridgeport man September 6th in Milford. Police say they were called to the ShopRite on the Boston Post Road September 6th just after 1 in the afternoon on a report of a disorderly customer. Well, an investigation led to the arrest of 48-year-old Christopher Taylor of Bridgeport, who reportedly pushed a store employee who had questioned him about not paying for carrot cake that he was seen eating while in the store. Well, Taylor was charged with disorderly conduct and released from police custody on his promise to appear in court on October 3rd. Let's switch gears now. Throw it over to Frank Granito for a look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And it's absolutely beautiful outside right now. We're going to see plenty of sunshine too, as it looks like it's going to stay that way. Mostly sunny skies today for the afternoon, along with an expected high of 79 degrees. A light breeze around 10 miles per hour keeps things on the cooler side during the day before temperatures fall down into the mid-50s overnight with clear skies before Tuesday morning. A little bit warmer out tomorrow, but we should still see near perfect conditions during the day. Mostly sunny again and a light breeze around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures reaching into the 80s and topping off right around 84 degrees. Cloudier tomorrow night and a low of 60 heading into Wednesday. Partly cloudy to start the day on Wednesday, but we can expect cloud cover to break by noon. Intervals of sun and clouds throughout the day Wednesday, an expected high of 77 during the day. Partly cloudy overnight, a little bit humid out with temperatures in the high 60s. There is a chance for a passing shower or two, but it should clear out before Thursday morning. That's going to do it for this weather update. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, we're going to step out for a break. When we come back, Frank has some FCIAC football highlights. Donald Dang takes a look back on this day in history, and we have some more local news coming up after this.
Had a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Orthopedics Walk-In Urgent Care gives you direct access to orthopedic specialists fast without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Orthopedics Walk-In Urgent Care can help. Open 7 days a week now at 3 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue, Norwalk, 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien, or in the Westport Medical Center at 323 Riverside Avenue, Westport. Go to coastalorthoct.com. Like them on Facebook.
At the office of Dr. David Oshero of Darien, we provide high-quality and personalized orthodontic treatment in a professional and caring environment. We make treatment fun for our young patients and believe it's never too late to have a healthy and beautiful smile. Call now for an appointment and find out more at droshero.com.
The leaves are changing, water temps dropping, and the sun is setting a little earlier each day. But there's still a lot of great boating, fishing, and coast time left before we see the first snow. And above all, remember, it's always summer at the Dock Shop. With loads of new fishing tackle and accessories, clothing, jewelry, and home decor, the Dock Shop is just what you need when you start to feel that New England autumn chill. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
I'm Tracy Masella, a licensed clinical social worker at Silver Hill Hospital in New Canaan. Join me each month as we talk with experts on the front lines of the treatment of mental health and addiction. Straight Talk with Tracy, a Silver Hill Hospital production, airs at 12 p.m. on the second Thursday of each month here on the HAN network.
Welcome back to the September 11th edition of your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and it's time to throw it over to Donald Lang to take a look back on this date in history. Don.
Well, Kate, it is, of course, September 11th, a life-defining day for anyone older than their mid-20s or so. Perhaps no other date so closely linked historically to an event that happened on that day. July 4th, 1776, and December 7th, 1941 would probably be the other two. Officially, 2,996 fatalities attributed to the 9/11/2001 terror attacks, but that number continues to climb. More than 1,100 survivors have since been diagnosed with cancer as a result of exposure to toxins at the site. The war on terror, announced by President George W. Bush 10 days later, continues. But now we'll look at a couple of other historical events associated with September 11th, starting with 1297. A Scottish army, jointly led by William Wallace and Andrew Moray, defeats the British at the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Stirling controlled access to northern Scotland, and despite the fact that there was a nearby ford where horsemen could ride 60 wide through the River Forth, the English chose to attack over the small bridge over the river, a bridge so narrow it would have taken several hours for the army to cross. The Scottish attack trapped half the English army on the wrong side of the river, and if you saw Braveheart, you know that Mel Gibson omitted the single most important feature of the Battle of Stirling Bridge. That would be Stirling Bridge. 1609, Henry Hudson discovers Manhattan Island and the people that are living there. You might want to use the finger quotes around the word discover. Although the date is in some dispute since the Dutch and English did not use the same calendar, and both sides have changed calendars since then, the name Manhattan, believe it or not, also has disputed origins. It could come from the Lenape Mannahatta, the land of many hills, but some historians say it comes from the Delaware native word Mannahattanenk, which means the land where we all got drunk, so pick the one you like better. Speaking of Manhattan, though, we return back 16 years with the Twin Towers still smoldering. President George W. Bush, who no one would ever confuse with a great orator, rose to the occasion.
This is a day when all Americans from every walk of life unite in our resolve for justice and peace. America has stood down enemies before, and we will do so this time. None of us will ever forget this day, yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world. Thank you, good night, and God bless America.
With your September 11th look back in history, I'm Donald Lang.
Thanks so much, Don. And I know that hat you have there actually has some dust from
it does, yeah. You know, lots of 9/11 survivors. This one actually from Maggie, my wife, a 9/11 survivor herself, EMT, present at Ground Zero. You know, there are lots of people out there, and you know the stories they all tell are just amazing. In many cases, heartbreaking. But you know, as we say, we go forward, we continue.
All right, thank you so much, Don. Well, in other local news, it appears that the $6.2 million in expenses approved in April for 4 new Canaan sports facilities project is about $1 million short of what is actually needed to complete the projects as planned. The Board of Finance will have on its September 12th meeting agenda a review and update on the field projects and then a request to increase that funding by $1 million. Finance Chairman John Sheffield confirmed on Saturday, September 9th that the meeting is set for 7:30 at Town Hall. Now, the $6.2 million appropriation, which was approved by the Boards of Finance and Town Council, the projects were approved with the commitment that $2.6 million of that $6.2 million would come from private donations through the New Canaan Athletic Foundation and the New Canaan Baseball and Softball. Well, according to 2 town officials, firm bids for the projects came in higher than original estimates, and the projects have come across some unforeseen complications. But you can get a lot more on that story at ncadvertiser.com. Let's throw it over to Frank Granito now for some highlights. We had an exciting weekend, Frank.
What an exciting weekend we had, Kate. And let's start at New Canaan, where we were on Friday night. The FCIAC football season kicked off Friday evening. 13 of the 17 schools in the conference were in action, and we were live at Dunning Field for a Week 1 matchup between the Rams and the St. Joseph Cadets, a game featuring last season's Class L champion and Class M runner-up. It was really the Cadets, though, who looked like the state champion early on in this one. David Summers played well beyond his years in his first start with St. Joseph, leading the Cadets to a 24-7 halftime lead. But the Rams not going quietly as Drew Pine and Quentin O'Connell came out to a hot start in the second half. They hooked up twice for a pair of early touchdowns that would help the Rams come back in this one and take the lead. But ultimately, that comeback would come up short as the Rams were plagued by penalties from start to finish, which allowed the Cadets to score one last touchdown down the stretch and hold on for a 38-35 victory. Here are the highlights from Friday night's game.
Morse checks the left, checks the right, he lines up, and we are underway. Trips left, it's a strong formation with a running back that way as well. They're going to go back shoulder fade to Bike. Did he hold on? Touchdown! So here we go, 4th and 12. They've got Bike isolated up top again. He's going to throw to the left side though. Malazzi wide open, diving. Did he make the catch? Touchdown! As Morse to punt, this one is going to be blocked. Diving through the wedge, it was Mike Delorio, the captain. This one's blocked. It's landing in the end zone. It's going to be recovered. Touchdown, Cadets. Again, it strips at the top of the screen. Pine looking left. He wants O'Connell on the isolation. He made the catch. Touchdown.
All you got to...
Pine looking to the right, comes back left. O'Connell slanting over the middle, makes the catch through a defender. Touchdown! Pine with plenty of time, floats one over. O'Connell looking for it. Alligator arms the catch, breaks 2 tackles, and it's a 1-possession game. Pine flush from the pocket. He's trying to escape to the edge. Got around one man, cutting inside. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Now gets the audible. Summers looking left, taking a shot down the middle. Trying to go to Malazzi, who adjusts, makes the catch. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Clock will wind on the whistle. The Rams are going to have to snap it quickly. They get it off. Over the middle, here's Owen Shin with it. And now we'll see the laterals. Back across for Pine. Dancing around, it comes over to Wyatt Wilson. Wilson with it to Pine. Wrapped up. Pine brought down. The Cadets have knocked off the Rams.
So coming off the loss now, the Rams will travel to Danbury this weekend looking to bounce back against the Hatters. St. Joseph will play their home opener on Saturday afternoon against the Mustangs of Fairfield Ward, who are coming off a big 28-27 win over the Stamford Black Knights. Saturday, the HAN Network was at Campus Field at Sacred Heart University for what was not as tightly contested a contest between the Trumbull Eagles and the Greenwich Cardinals. Trumbull held a 10-7 lead at the end of the first quarter and looked as though they were going to trade blows with the Cardinals all the way to the end in this one. Greenwich opened up then a 55-0 run as the Cardinals ran away with this one for a final of 70-16. Here are the highlights from Saturday's game.
Jumbo said here as it's Nicholas on the QB keeper, powers his way through the line, has got enough, and it is 6-0 Eagles. Extra running back checks into the game for the Cardinals. That's Jack Warren. Joins Camizio and Muir in the backfield, and his first carry is in between the tackles and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That's true.
Kick from Cranston is up, and it is good. Going back to Camizio. No, quick screen to the right side. Negron makes the catch, reaching for the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, Greenwich.
Always is.
They fake the jail screen left, come back to a slip screen on the right, and now Camizio showing off the speed. Foot race down the sideline, and he will score. Dropping back, taking a shot, wants to go up, and making the catch for a touchdown was Giannopoulos. Year 3 of the Marinelli era in Greenwich starts off with a big win. 70-16 is your final.
Trumbull was playing without senior running back Marquise Woods, which put even more pressure on Colton Nicholas, who struggled to get comfortable at all in his first start for the Eagles. Trumbull now goes on the road Friday night to Fairfield Ludlow to take on the Falcons, who lost their opener 50-27 against West Hill. Greenwich travels to Trinity Catholic Saturday afternoon. They will meet the 1-0 Crusaders, who knocked off Danbury on Friday night. We will have a full breakdown of both games that we covered, as well as the rest of the FCX slate from this past weekend on Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock. That'll do it for this Nutmeg Sports update. Let's go back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. Well, the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection says a recently discovered die-off of several deer in the Portland area may be due to a hemorrhagic disease, which they said is one of the leading infectious diseases affecting white-tailed deer. Now, the cause of death could not definitively be determined due to the condition of the dead animals, but the manner in which the deer were found led biologists to suspect that the hemorrhagic disease may be the cause. Now, the Wildlife Division is encouraging anyone who who observes deer appearing emaciated, behaving strangely, or lying dead along the edge of water bodies to report that information to the 24-hour emergency dispatch center. That's at 860-424-3333. Or the DEP Wildlife Division at 860-418-5921. The department is seeking to test other dead deer to confirm the suspicion that that disease is the cause. Now, in early September, a concerned hunter contacted the Wildlife Division about several dead deer found along a small water body adjacent to the Connecticut River near Sand Hill Road in Portland. In total, over a dozen deer were found dead in the area. Now, hemorrhagic disease is transmitted by biting midges, commonly referred to as sand gnats, sandflies, and no-see-ums. Well, what was launched quietly 3 years ago with a gala event, the Pudd'nhead Literary and Humor Festival presented by the Mark Twain Library in Reading has grown each year to become a weekend of 4 events encompassing the gala, which is a comedy hootenanny, the Pudd'nhead Parade, and NPR's popular radio show, Selected Shorts. Well, scheduled Friday, September 15th through Sunday, September 17th, a conflict arose when this year's Pudd'nhead Prize for Outstanding Humor awardee Seth Meyers learned his show is up for an Emmy for writing, and the awards are being presented the same weekend in Los Angeles. Well, the gala has been rescheduled for Saturday, September 23rd, but the other events will go on as planned. Now, the idea for the festival came from comedian, author, and actor Michael Ian Black, who moved to Reading with his family in 2003. The event's also chaired by Jennifer Wastrom and Pam Robbie, both longtime volunteers at the Association Library. Well, for tickets, Pudd'nhead Parade reservations, or additional information, you can visit marktwainlibrary.org. You could also get a lot more on that event at theridgefieldpress.com. But we're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
At Pamby Motors, we're not worried about being the biggest dealership. We're focused on being the best. We're dedicated to giving you the best experience we can. The Pamby Motors team is here to help you choose the right Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram in a friendly, pressure-free environment. And right now, during the summer clearance event, you'll find some of our best prices too. Like this lease on a 2017 Ram Quad Cab Express for $149 a month. Visit Pamby Motors, Route 7 in Richfield, PambyZone.com.
At Budget Blinds, we're in business to frame the light, the day, and the night. So we give you an exclusive combination of high style, expert service, our no surprises pricing, and our no questions asked warranty. We believe that everyone, at every budget, deserves style and service. Isn't that a beautiful place to be?
In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The In Sports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Celebrate summer with fresh, made-to-order picnic boxes from Walter Stewart's Market. We have delicious summery selections from buttermilk fried chicken to grilled lemon chicken kebab, grilled shrimp Caesar salad wraps, or lobster salad rolls. Our easy-to-carry picnic boxes come with your choice of a meal, as well as a dessert, beverage, and utensils. Order online for simple pickup options. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and online at stewartsmarket.com.
New Canaan Foreign Car. Yes, New Canaan Foreign Car has been servicing all makes of foreign cars for over 50 years. We also buy, sell, and consign cars too. We can help you with all your automotive needs from service to sales. Call us at 203-966-2681.
Welcome back to this Monday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of the top stories we're following today. Well, for the third time in as many months, Darien resident Mark Yarish has been arrested for risk of injury to a minor. On Friday, September 8th, after being located at Mohegan Sun Casino, Yarish was arrested for 6 counts of risk of injury and 1 count of second-degree reckless endangerment. Now, for the past several months, Darien police conducted a complex investigation regarding illicit activity involving Yarish. He was arrested twice previously on July 24th and again on September 1st as developments in the case were made. Now, as the investigation continued, police say additional evidence was discovered indicating that Yarish sold marijuana, alcohol, and an assortment of tobacco products to Darien residents as young as 12 years old. Information developed showed that Yarish was conducting these transactions on an almost daily basis, dating back to December of 2016. Now, these transactions were conducted via text messages and phone calls, followed by Yarish delivering the products to a juvenile at a substantial markup over cost. Now, on Friday, detectives secured a third arrest warrant for Yarish and located him at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville. Detectives contacted the Mohegan Tribal Police Department and informed them of Yarish's active arrest warrant. At about 2:30 in the afternoon, Darien police were informed that Yarish had been located at the casino. Detectives responded and took custody of him, and he was transported back to Darien, where he was arrested. The Department of Children and Families continues to be a part of this investigation and has been working with police to ensure the safety of all the involved juveniles. And in other news, several F-15E military fighter jets flew over the region Sunday afternoon in formation and then individually, raising some concerns. Well, Hearst, Connecticut media reports that the flyover was for the U.S. Open in Queens, that according to the New York City Office of Emergency Management. In Norwalk, local officials there didn't know why the jets were flying over, as it was too late for the Connecticut United ride and it wasn't arranged for the Oyster Festival. Well, the jets, which were very loud, passed over Norwalk several times in the span of an hour. Residents of other nearby towns and cities saw and heard the jets as well, including in Fairfield and Trumbull. And in other news, Shelton police arrested a substitute teacher after she was found trespassing on the city's high school and Board of Education properties. On Thursday, September 7th, Shelton police responded to the high school where an unwanted person was on the property and was identified by school officials as substitute teacher Nichelle Smith, who's 41 years old and from Naugatuck. Smith left the property without any confrontation and was advised not to return to any Shelton school properties, including the Board of Education building, or she would be arrested for criminal trespassing. Well, approximately 30 minutes later, Shelton police were dispatched to Long Hill Avenue at the Shelton Board of Education headquarters on a report that Smith was there. Police arrived to the scene, located Smith on the property, and she was arrested. HAN Shelton Herald contacted headmaster at Shelton High School, Dr. Beth Smith, who declined to release any information about the reason for the removal of that substitute teacher from school grounds. And 3 people were seriously injured Sunday morning in a car crash on Interstate 95 southbound in Stamford. A Stamford man was driving in the right lane between exits 9 and 8 around 1 in the morning Sunday when he drifted into the right shoulder and hit the metal guardrail multiple times, according to state police. The car then climbed up over the guardrail and hit a tree. Well, the driver, 27-year-old Anthony Cavallari, and passengers, 28-year-old Meredith Rouse and 27-year-old Adam Godlewski, all from Stamford, were seriously injured and sent to Stamford Hospital, according to police. All right, well, let's switch gears now. Throw it over to Frank Granito for one final check of the forecast. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. And again, we're looking at a perfect couple of days coming up. Beautiful outside right now, barely a cloud in the sky. Going to be mostly sunny this afternoon, a high of 79 degrees, a light breeze around 10 miles per hour, keeping things on the cooler side. Temperatures falling down into the mid-50s overnight with clear skies before Tuesday morning. A little bit warmer out tomorrow, but we still should see plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Another light breeze around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures in the mid to high 80s. Cloudier tomorrow night and a low of 60 degrees. And then Wednesday, partly cloudy to start the day, but sunshine should make its way in. Intervals of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon. Temperatures right around the mid to high 70s. Partly cloudy overnight, a little bit more humid with temperatures in the mid 60s, and there could be a shower or two passing through the county before Thursday morning. That'll do it for the weather. Back over to Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Frank. And before we wrap things up, we do have some video from the New Canaan Advertiser. Just this morning at the town's 9/11 memorial, Lisa Lynn Kirkpatrick of Grace Farms Foundation sang God Bless America while First Selectman Rob Malazzi laid a wreath on the 9/11 monument. Take a look.
From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white with foam, God bless America, my home sweet home. God
And thanks so much to Greg Riley for sharing that video with us. We're going to wrap things up here on your coffee break. Of course, Nutmeg Sports is coming up at 2 o'clock, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11 for your coffee break. Have a great day.